think it's finished. What? Oh, hey, how you doing? So yeah, I'm just taking out a fossil. Not really a fossil, but you know, it's a dinosaur. It's a pterodactyl. Fossils are a great way of like looking at our past. In this case, dinosaurs. So, for all those who don't know, Michael Crichton he's kind of the father, actually wait, he actually wrote it, of Jurassic Park. And then, Steven Spielberg is he was the film consultant for, and director for the first Jurassic Park. So basically, after the success of the original Jurassic Park, Spielberg said, hey, can you get started on a sequel? And he was like, so yeah. But one thing that Spielberg didn't do was he barely used anything from the novel. He did, but he used some ideas, but he didn't use the full scope of the novel. But unfortunately, we're not talking about the novel of The Lost World. No. We're talking, I'm going to put this away because, it's a good book. We're talking about Jurassic Park, The Lost World Jurassic Park for PlayStation 1. So, let's get started. Oh yeah, let's talk a little bit. So the game was rated T for teen. I have the green label edition, and it was done by DreamWorks Interactive and Electronic Arts. So the game is wait, how would you describe the game? It's more of like a 3D game where you go from like one level to one side, like one. It's not really a side-scrolling because side-scrolling is, well, I don't know. Well, basically for the game you go from like one side level to the other side, and you are basically either killing every dinosaurs or killing humans. And yeah, apparently this is the easier version of the game. The black label is actually pretty hard. And you can play a bunch of other characters, whether it is a T-Rex, a human, or T-Rex, a compy, and yeah, the game was case. Yeah. Let me see. Oh, and you can also, like, one of the things that you had to do is you collect the DNA canisters, or like basically you're trying to get the fossils, other things. Actually the DNA key. And heck, even the instruction booklet has the cheat code you can use, so that's pretty handy. So yeah, you can play as whether it's the compy, the hunter, the raptor, the T-Rex, and Sarah, who was the character in the film. Like one of the ways in the game you can get yourself to vitalize your strength is by chomping on enemies, going. Well, it's easier to do that with the T-Rex. One of the hardest level, as I say, is probably the compy, where you are trying to go through a what was it? Oh yes, it's through a stampede of other dinosaurs. Plus, the compy is also the smallest center, so yeah, you're gonna be known to die fairly a lot tonight in that level. I think the human aspect is pretty fun. You get to use a gun. You can also use your gun to hoist yourself up onto areas to swing across areas, like sort of like a Tarzan sort of swing, or a pulley system. And you can collect med kits. Whereas when you're a dinosaur, like I said, you can chomp on the other enemies, like wherever it says a raptor. And the raptor can actually jump the highest. But I can say the raptor can be quite infuriating, but it's an alright game. Overall it's not bad. But overall, is the game good? The game is actually pretty good. it can be fun, but at times, like, if you're not doing the greatest with it, it can be a bit infuriating. But not infuriating as, say, Donkey Kong Country. Because, I mean, Donkey Kong Country can be quite infuriating, I suppose. But it's a good game, too. Let me see. Oh, yeah, like I said, this is the Green Label edition, because the original Black Label was known to be notoriously harder. So, yeah. But where would I say? Would I ever watch the Jurassic World, the Lost World game, or would I ever watch the movie, or read the book? Well, the book is tremendously darker, and the game is actually pretty good because you actually get to eat people. That's something you probably don't get to do in a lot of games, unless you're talking about, like, say, Rampage, because you get to eat, like, civilians in that game too. But is it a fun game? Yeah, it's kind of fun. Overall, yeah, I kind of recommend it. The graphics are nice, the models are nice as well. Overall, it's just a nice looking game to look at, especially for the PS1. There was probably there's a lot of versions of Jurassic Park: The Lost World, whether it's for the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, the Genesis, Sega Saturn. It was on a lot of systems. But that's all I gotta say. I'll check later.